remember when I lost my mind.
Maybe you've heard of a one-bladed prop. Maybe you've heard they are allegedly more efficient. Not a lot is known about them because they never really took off as an idea. One group of pilots set out to discover the truth about this old novelty. AOPA's Mike Collins has the story.
Good friends of the late Gene Briner, a Pennsylvania pilot, mechanic, and inspector, have come to share his fascination with an aeronautical oddity, the Everell one-blade propeller.
The original got broken, and we made a new one. And we did the machine work to put the one on that we've been using. But we sort of proved the fact that it doesn't do what it's supposed to. I'm not convinced of it anyway. The main thing I found out was that it only kills 50% of the bugs of a regular propeller. So if that's the object to kill bugs, well, then it's not good at that either.
An Everell and a conventional two-blade Sensenich prop were flown on the same Taylor Cub, and the Everell's performance came up short.
It was noticeably slower on acceleration, slower on climb out. I pushed the power up, it spun real fast, but the airplane just didn't launch forward like it does with the two-bladed prop. Other than that, you really can't tell too much difference.
A scale was used to measure each prop at the same RPM, and the Everell pulled about 10 pounds less than the conventional propeller.
It's an expensive deal. Like I said, in 1937, you could buy a Sensenich two-bladed propeller for like $27, and these sold for like $265. And plus the fact it's never in balance, depending on the weather. You have to adjust it all the time. It's a pain in the butt, and I can see why there's not a lot of them.
Sounds like a bad idea all around.
Well, asked and answered, right?
This is not Photoshop. It is a 1936 Everell single-blade propeller. In the mid-1930s, Walter Everett theorized that the single-bladed propeller would be more efficient because it would have less drag than a two-bladed prop. He also thought that the blade would have more fresh air to cut through, reducing its inefficiencies that were created by the slipstream. This blade is unique, with a free pivoting mechanism that can change the pitch without any operator input. The blade has several drawbacks, including the fact that it was incredibly expensive to produce. At the time, a traditional two-bladed prop cost about $30, while this single-bladed propeller cost nearly 10 times that much. While obviously not a common thing to see nowadays, there are still a couple of examples of these on flying aircraft. Have you ever been lucky enough to see a single-bladed prop flying? This is not a radial engine. This is a rotary engine. The rotary engine was first developed in France in 1905. It would be popularized in aviation on aircraft like the Sopwith Camel and some Newports later during World War I. Rather than having a stationary crankcase and cylinders like the future radials employed, the rotary engine rotates around a stationary shaft. While this seems like an absolutely chaotic system, it was created for some interesting benefits that a rotary engine provided. The system had no carburetor, reducing its complexity, but also meaning that the operator had only two power settings, on or off. During landing, the pilot of an aircraft utilizing a rotary engine would blip the ignition on and off, providing a reduced thrust during the landing phase. Even though the maximum speed of the engine was about 1200 RPM, the rotary engine could still produce about 100 horsepower at sea level. Because the engine rotated, even on the ground, the rotary engine could provide airflow to cool the cylinders. This was important since liquid-cooled engines had a drawback needing to carry more weight to operate the engine. It was even significantly smoother of an engine to operate than an inline, which was more popular on aircraft during that day due to the inertia of the rotating mass. This year at Oshkosh, the Vintage Aircraft Association demonstrated a functioning rotary engine multiple times, giving visitors the opportunity to see and hear aviation technology from over 100 years ago.
Are you okay? You're welcome.
This has been a Pinguinati production. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, links are in the description.